available, both black and orange. But the orange is very nice for field day, parks on the air, and for permanent installations where you want to make sure that people can see the coax. And we do have it available by the foot, but we also suggest that you figure out what lengths you want and then just buy it with the connectors already installed on the cable. And so we have it on the shelf in popular lengths with the DX Engineering patented PL259s. And also we have some shorter lengths with BNCs, the BNC males. So this has been a very, very popular cable. We're also stocking various sizes of LMR cables. Again, pre-made, ready to go in popular lengths. The LMR 240 UltraFlex and the LMR 400 UltraFlex are available now. All of the LMR cables must be used with a crimp solder type connector that we have at DX Engineering. The shields cannot be soldered. There are two shields with the LMR cables. It's a foil shield as well as a silver plated braided shield, but that must be crimped together, and you can only do it with a crimped connector. You cannot use solder connectors on LMR cables. And all of our cables are available in the custom cable builder as well. So you can get a variety of different lengths and also different connectors on each end, or maybe no connector on one end. We are also now stocking on the shelf cables that have UHF connectors and end male connectors on them. So if you have a situation where you have an end male to the UHF, this is a great way to do it. Let the top techs at DX Engineering install the connectors. Not only do we install them professionally using silver solder, we also high pot test them to make sure that they can take at least 5,000 volts, which makes sure that there are absolutely no shorts. And each cable is tested, and then there's a heat shrink tubing with glue that is put over the back of the connector to aid in weatherproofing. And these lengths are on the shelf in popular lengths of 3, 650, and 100-foot lengths. And again, the custom cable builder is available as well. Solid state keying relay. Many of you may be familiar with the Ameritron ARB 704. This is a great replacement for that. It also has isolated outputs, additional outputs, and everything is optically isolated from the input. So if you do have an older style amplifier that requires higher voltage and higher current than what your newer radio can supply for the PTT relay, this can take care of it, the SVKR. We just introduced this line of receive feed line chokes. These are very popular with whether it be beverage antennas or short vertical antennas to keep the feed line from interacting with the antenna itself. So this sufficiently chokes down over 10,000 ohms of common mode impedance, or CMI, at 80 meters. It can pass up to 700 milliamps of current and has a very wide frequency range, 200 kilohertz to 30 megahertz, and it's potted in a waterproof mountable enclosure. So the 50 ohm version has the BNCs on it, and then the 75 ohm version has the F connectors. For the Hustler BTV antenna, we've improved our 12-meter add-on kit, so you can add 12 meters to the vertical and up to 1,500 watts single sideband capability, 375 watts digital, that would be FT8, FT4, and the SWR is less than 1.5 to 1 across the entire 12-meter band. Radio side rails These are extremely popular with Parks on the Air, Field Day, and a lot of guys are now buying them for their radios even at home. They look great, they work great, they protect your radio. It's radio side rails for the FT891, the FT710, and other radios. Every week we are coming out with additional side rails for radios, such as the IC7300, the FTDX10, and it guards the front and rear panels. It guards the connectors. And so, like I said, all you have to do is go to the DX Engineering page and put in radio side rails in the search box to see if your model of radio is supported. And we have a new flanged feed point connector so that it can be mounted on a bracket, and that makes it very easy to transition from coax into either a vertical or a dipole. I use this to feed all my Yagis here at K3LR, the feed point connector. We also have them with HN connectors, N connectors, and SO239s. We have some unterminated cables that allow you to take advantage of accessory sockets in your radios. Some of them are for Yaesu, some are for ICOM, but they are unterminated at the end. Anybody who has ever tried to solder one of the DIN connectors, DIN, for the backs of ICOM, Yaesu, Kenwood radios, it's a very hard thing to do. And so we've taken all that hard work out, and then the end of the cable is unterminated so that you can put whatever connectors or spade lugs that you want on it. For the very popular TIC ring rotator, these are rollers that can be used to retrofit and upgrade the rollers that are on. Some of these rotators are now 40 years old, so it's a time to get a retrofit kit to bring the wheels up to good standards, and this allows you to do it with stainless steel hardware. Nice control console we've just come out with, the CC4, and it can be used with some of the remote polarization switches from Wemo. Also the Unified Microsystems RAS4 switch, and lots of other different switches. As with all DX Engineering products, you can go to the DX Engineering site, look at these products, such as the CC4, and all of our updated manuals are always on the website and available for free downloads. This is the Super Duty mast clamp that goes on the DX Engineering 4500 HD rotator. We have this available for 2-inch masts, 2.5 and 3-inch masts, and uses our DX Engineering Super Duty clamps. And you will never have a mast slip if you have the right size mast with our clamps. It's not possible. And so this is an extremely strong mast clamp that goes to the DX Engineering rotator. Just came out with with our new AVA3. This is best in class buffer amplifier for short vertical antennas. It incorporates the latest technology, 1% components, so that when used in a 3 vertical or 2 vertical array, or a 4 square or an 8 circle, all the gains are perfectly matched. And this AVA3, you can feed power to it over the coax, or you can have a separate power feed. I like to use the separate power feed myself, but many people still are comfortable putting DC over the same line as the signals. But I can tell you that the AVA3 is an outstanding piece. It takes all the best things that we had from the Hi-Z acquisition, as well as previous DX Engineering buffer amplifiers, and now you have the AVA3. In the shack, providing good bonding, an RF ground plane is essential to that. This was inspired by the writings of Ward Silver in Grounding and Bonding for the Radio Amateur, a very popular book, having ground planes underneath of the radios and amplifiers. This was first done by Dave Leeson, W6NL, and provides a very stable bonding ground point for your bonding of all the components within the station. And it can reduce RFI, can reduce noise, can reduce problems associated with being on the second floor. And we just recently now stock aluminum plates and the copper plates, but the aluminum plates work just as well, and they're significantly less cost. This is really great for clubs. They want to have a good club activity to build dipole antennas. The DX Engineering dipole winder kits, we have these available in 1, 10, and 25 packs. Also included are the end insulators for the dipole, and all the formulas, as well as Ohm's law, are on the center and the end insulators, as well as a BNC connector that goes along with it. It's a great way to have a club project to build dipole antennas or fan dipole antennas, and very inexpensive. The DX Engineering dipole winder kit. And that is my presentation this morning, and I am available for any questions you might have.
Right. Is there anyone that has any questions for Mr. Duffy?
Ask about the new radios.
We had one question in the room that was wondering if you could give us any insight on new radio releases.
You know, all the Japanese manufacturers are very tight-lipped about new radios until they release information. And everything that we know is on our website.
So I have a question. A lot of Chinese-made radios have USB chargers for their batteries. Do you know if any of these Japanese, like Yaesu, Icon, start doing that, coming out with batteries with USB charging?
So the question was, is there any possibility of Japanese radio manufacturers to have USB charging in the future, like some of the Chinese manufacturers do?
You know, I don't know. Again, they do not tip their hands to us. So, you know, I don't know if that is in their roadmap or not. I think it might make sense for some of the lower capacity batteries, but I don't have any information on that. I'm sorry.
So with MFJ slowly closing up the shop, what's the change in the business economy or whatever? Have you seen an uptick in business, or are there any acquisitions from that whole group of companies?
I don't know of any acquisitions, certainly not by DX Engineering. I don't know what others may or may not have planned. I can tell you that DX Engineering, as well as other manufacturers, remember that DX Engineering is not only one of the largest amateur radio dealers, but we're also a manufacturer of over 1,000 items specifically designed for amateur radio. That DX Engineering and other manufacturers are quickly filling the voids left by the MFJ product line. So stay tuned. Every day we're adding things to our website under the tab What's New. And so you can see these new products from DX Engineering, from Moonraker, from Chameleon, from Chelegans being announced by DX Engineering on our website.
Other questions? No? All right, I think that might be it, Mr. Duffy. We appreciate your time and presenting to us today. And I know that I have a web page or web tab dedicated to DX Engineering on all of my web browsers.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the invitation to present. And if you ever have any problem with the DX Engineering order, now you know the CEO. You can always email me. It doesn't happen often that there's a problem, but if there is, you can be guaranteed that I will take care of it. I have an experienced team. We have over 1,000 years of combined experience. And those of you who are DX Engineering customers, thank you very much for your business and your trust in me and the team, as well as if you're not a DX Engineering customer yet, give us a shot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how well it goes. And again, thanks.
Thank you, sir. 7-3. Have a wonderful afternoon.
73.
Yeah.